once the home of priceless apparel, but now this empty building on East Pico is the city's biggest trash can, an illegal dumping ground with homeless people living amidst the filth, spilling into the public alley, breeding an army of rats that could carry disease. Analyzed records of all homeless encampment cleanups and found the city conducted nearly 15,000 of those cleanups last year alone. That cost taxpayers $31 million just to pay the sanitation workers, another $4.7 million to pay the cops assigned to protect them.
Population in California is out of control. Now the state is taking away a tool to keep the rodents in check.
Yeah, so this first got on the public's radar back in 2014 when the state banned everyday consumers like you and me from using a very potent class of rat poison. Well, here we are 5 years later, and public awareness and anger about these poisons is at an all-time high. You're looking at video of a so-called fisher with a confirmed case of toxicosis. It got sick after eating rodents that had eaten poison bait themselves. Biologists, park rangers, and wildlife experts have been finding traces of rat poison in the carcasses of predators for years. But in March of this year, a popular mountain lion known as P47 was found dead in the hills above Los Angeles County. A necropsy showed P47 had 6 different rat poison compounds that contaminated his liver, and he died a slow, agonizing death from internal bleeding.
That survive poisons we relied on for decades.
I've tested 17 counties and every single one of them has got resistant rats.
Warnings that Britain could be on the brink of a pest control crisis.
Unless we have access to these poisons to use in these situations, it's going to be pretty disastrous, I think, for rat control.
Whilst the rats have been making a giant leap forward, we've been using the same family of anticoagulant poisons since the 1950s. That's given rats the time to evolve their resistance. It's a type of chemical warfare, and we're losing.
It's really a very effective poison if used correctly, but the problem is we've been using it very intensively for a long time. We're using the same group of chemicals over and over and over again. Resistance will build up. So the UK, but also many other parts of the world, are suffering from this phenomenon of resistance development.
Infectious disease doctor Jeffrey Klausner of UCLA have been to the 405 encampment and say conditions like these are a breeding ground for disease.
There have been outbreaks like Shigella, Salmonella, E. coli, hepatitis A.
Dr. Klausner says the city should use some of that cleanup money to place porta potties at every big encampment, something they've done at just 12 out of the hundreds of tent cities in LA.
So because of these rat infestations that are starting to happen in North America, specifically the United States, I'm sure there are other places worldwide, but the videos I showed you was mainly LA and New York and a list of other cities. I thought I would see what diseases that they cause. So we have here, like I'm gonna say it, leptospirosis. And it's rodents and other animals. It's worldwide. It's translated through eating food or drinking water contaminated with urine from infected animals, contact through the skin or mucous membranes, such as inside the nose, with water or soil that is contaminated with urine from infected animals. Now, you think about this, you saw the videos on the rat infestations. You saw where some of them are in apartments now. It seems to be getting a little out of control. So I went to the CDC on leptospirosis, and it says it can, without treatment, it could lead to kidney damage, meningitis, which is inflammation of the membrane around the brain and the spinal cord, liver failure, respiratory distress, and even death. The signs and symptoms here are high fever, headache, chills, muscles ache, vomiting, jaundice with yellow skin and eyes, red eyes, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and rash. So the other one directly transmitted through rats is the plague, and it's all Western United States, South America, Africa, and Asia. It's transferred from the bite of an infected flea, which is interesting, and direct contact with the infected animal, but also can be rodents, squirrels, prairie dogs, rats. The plague affects human and other mammals. It is called by a bacterium. Okay. It is also after bitten by a rodent flea that is carrying the plague bacterium or handling an animal infected with the plague is famous for killing millions of people in Europe during the Middle Ages. So today, modern antibiotics are effective in treating the plague, which, let's look, rat bite fever. It's worldwide. North America and Europe, Asia, and Africa. It's transmitted by bite or scratch, wound from the rodent or contact with the dead rodent, eating or drinking food or water that is contaminated by a rat feces. Ugh. So without early diagnosis and appropriate treatment, RBF can cause severe disease and death. In addition, RBF contact with rodents can result in several other illnesses. These early symptoms can be similar to the symptoms of other medical conditions: fever, vomiting, headache, muscle pain, joint pain, or swelling. About 5 in 10 people with RBF have this rash, 3 or 4 people. So this is important because you have the homeless sleeping with the rats. You have workers with rats running through your business. So
A new way to experience the city's, quote, weird, twisted, and dark history.
It's called the Rats Bar. It's a pop-up bar. It's offering a 60-minute journey into a dark place where rats run free and the booze flows like water.